Namaste and welcome to the Heartfulness and Vayu Yoga for Mental Well-being. You have completed 4 weeks of practice. That's already a full month of practice with something maybe that was new for you, but for sure that is complete and that had a purpose to change something in the way, your emotional balance is set, during the day. I hope you are documenting your journey, that you're taking notes, that you've specially taken the time, at the beginning to look at your feeling so that today, maybe you can already feel a difference. There are 2 more weeks to go, next week being week 5, and then we'll have week 6. So another 2 weeks to experiment this. We thank also people who are taking the time to give us feedback, to fill, the survey that if you have registered on the platform. So that also helps us to adapt the program. So what is today's session about? Today, we are going to look at the evening exercises that you have been doing, this evening practice, and especially at pranayama. For that, I'm going to share with you just a few, visual slides so that you understand first what is prana. So prana is actually the vital energy that is the foundation of life in our body, but also around. It's not only in ourselves, but also in the entire universe, and it flows. So prana is this vital power, okay? It's really what brings life. And it is closely related to breath, but it is not the same thing. Okay, so if we look at prana, you have to think about energy. Now, this energy, is, if you remember the first session, the second session we've done together, we looked at the different layers, the 5 koshas. So this pranamaya kosha is the layer of our energy. And the energy usually in our body is the first thing that is touched whenever we are going to be sick or whenever we go through an emotional disturbance, okay? And a very, very good proof for that is when, someone, feels that something is going to happen the next day and, you don't have fever yet, but you know that something is happening. If you would take the pulse, and good doctors used to do that, and some of the, practices like Ayurveda and also energetic medicines like Chinese medicine, they look at your pulse to see what is not happening properly. So this is what is measured. It's the prana, the flow of your energy. How is this energy also related to your breath? Imagine that someone is actually, shouting at you suddenly, or that you are about to cross the street and you just missed, being hit by a car. What happens to your breath? Immediately you suspend your breath, and that is the first thing that is affected whenever we are in stress. Last time with Dr. Shikumar, you saw, these 2 notions that are very important in stress, and they're important to understand today's science behind pranayama. The sympathetic system and the parasympathetic system are the 2 systems competing, or we could say also complementary, so that we react in the way we should in the right situation. So the sympathetic system is about action. It's also the one that is kicked in whenever we have stress, physical or mental. It doesn't matter. Our mind doesn't make the difference. And the parasympathetic system is the one that is kicked in, that is active whenever we need to sleep, rest, or digest. Okay, so it's important to understand that in a situation of stress, which is, well, a lot of the time in our modern time, the sympathetic is weighing much more than the parasympathetic. And yoga is all about balance, reestablishing that balance between sympathetic, and parasympathetic. Asanas do that very well. Each time you enter into an asana, you are in action, you actually activate your parasympathetic system. But when you hold, when you hold that asana, when you breathe in that asana, when you relax in that asana, you activate the parasympathetic system. So we're going to look at, in a yoga session at sympathetic, parasympathetic in all the session. Also, at the beginning of, the asana session, if you start, for example, by Surya Namaskar, it's a little bit of stimulation of sympathetic system. There's not much pause, but you end with a very long relaxation. And in this way, you reestablish the balance. So that's one thing that helps reestablishing, the disturbance, the asymmetry between those two systems, and try to counter, the fact that the sympathetic is overstimulated in the modern life. But pranayama does that even better. And the good thing is that you can do it on your chair, wherever you are, you're in the mat, and you don't need to have a special outfit. So it's quite interesting to understand what happens with pranayama. So for that, we have to understand where this prana, where this energy flows. So the energy flows in our nadis. They are called, channels. They are not something that you can see physically, but you can perceive them, and especially you can perceive them in the pulse. And 3 of these nadis are especially important and relevant to understand the role of the pranayama in balancing both sympathetic and parasympathetic. So those 2 nadis are called Ida and Pingala. You see them. Ida is in blue. Okay, it's on the left side, and it represents, the moon, the night, but also, sleep, digestion. It's also called Chandra Nadi, and it's related to our left nostril. It starts, you see this, the Nadi flows from the Muladhara chakra up into, you can see that it crosses actually the median plan at the level of the chakras, the 7 chakras, and it reaches the base of our nostril on the left side. Pingala is the right nostril. It's also called Surya Nadi. Surya, for those who speak Hindi, means the sun. So it's the one that's activated when we are in action, more during the day. It's about physical work, vital energy, action, outside, okay, energy going outside. It starts at the same level, crosses the 7 chakras, and ends at the base of the nose, and on the right side. It's related to the right nostril. Now, if you see, I have placed for you, this parasympathetic and sympathetic system. So this nose of ours is directly related through the left and through the right to the parasympathetic and the sympathetic system. So that's the key for us to try to control sympathetic and parasympathetic. I would like you to try right now a simple thing, So right now, whatever the time is for you in your, wherever you're logging in from, try to find, which nostril is more open as you're listening to this. So you just close one nostril softly, inhale, and the other side, and make a note for for yourself, which one seems more free for the air to go. Okay, it can be left, it can be right, or it can be just the same, both the same. Make a note, and then you will compare this at the end of this session. We've seen a few pranayamas together already. Okay, these are the 5 major pranayamas. There are more than this. I didn't want to go into too much detail, but one very simple one is called abdominal breathing. You remember, we worked on that in the first and second session. Just putting your hand on the abdomen, making sure that your abdomen comes out when you inhale and out when you exhale. So now you see the importance of breathing through the nose in yoga. We do not breathe through the mouth, except when it is indicated. We did something in the last 2 sessions. We did the second pranayama called alternate nostril breathing or Nadis. And now you understand why when I'll alternate from my left to my right and then right to my left, and maybe I do this for 5 minutes. And of course, if you do a real pranayama course where you try to use pranayama for a very specific purpose usually it's a spiritual purpose, then you will use this for a longer time. For health, and this is what we're going to discuss only today, for health purpose, this, breathing through the nostril, left first and right and left. The second time we did it together, if you remember well, I made you inhale on 4 and exhale on 8. Now, there are multiple researchers that have shown that there is a direct stimulation of the parasympathetic system when we do Nadis, so the alternate nostril breathing, specifically with the rhythm 1:2. And now you understand why, we exhale also longer, so that we stimulate the resting effect. The breathing exercise that you have done in the evening is called Brahmari Pranayama. And that's an excellent exercise to do in the evening. And we will talk about this a little longer because that's, part of today's session. And there are 2 more pranayama that you see on the slide. It's called Kapalbhati and Bhastrika. These are much more activating. They enhance the heat. They have a few contraindications, so we have not included them in this mental well-being. Here, abdominal breathing, Nadis, Brahmari, those 3, if you practice them well at any moment of the day, you will reestablish the balance, parasympathetic, sympathetic. So these are the different purpose, why are the pranayama used. So they are balancing right and left, parasympathetic, sympathetic, Ida and Pingala Nadi. We can use them to energize. I told you, the last 2 were energizing. So if we feel drowsy, for example, they are calming, like Brahmari. They also improve our focus, specifically Nadis. It will help to get the balance between both. Brahmari enhances even more the calming effect, but Nadis, it balances both. And it also has a cleansing effect. If you look, the word shuddhi means cleansing. So Nadi, shuddhi means cleansing the nadis. Okay, that's really interesting because in the evening, you have been practicing 2 things. You've been practicing Brahmari Pranayama, a calming pranayama, and you've been practicing the cleaning technique from heartfulness. So both things allow you to let go of the tension of the day. If you have, felt, and this is why practice is important. There's nothing, for me to tell you unless you have felt it. The effect of blocking all your senses, ears and eyes, and, making that sound and feeling the vibration in your head. This starts, vibrating and relaxing the brain and then the entire system. It's a relaxing, calming pranayama. It's excellent to be done at night. You can also be done in the morning, but usually it's done when it's very quiet outside. It helps to sleep. It helps to relax. It also helps in case you have migraine. The second thing that we have done together is what is called the cleaning of heartfulness. And that's definitely something that I love teaching. And it's been of great help for me when I was, especially, when I discovered it and I was doing night duties at the hospital and that I had, so much stress to take upfront, and I still had to go ahead with my night duty, with my responsibilities and make a decision and get my head clear. So what are we really cleaning when we clean with the cleaning practice? We clean the emotional load of the day. Okay, so you finish your day, you've started with your meditation practice, you've started in the right way. You've kind of rolled out the red carpet so that things are good, you have a good foundation for the day. Unfortunately, life happens. And during the day, there are exchanges, there are, needs and maybe deadlines and maybe meetings and just maybe physical tiredness. So by the end of the day, we're never, ever, untouched by what has happened during the day. So it is of great importance. In the same way, then when you come home, maybe, you remove your shoes, maybe you change, maybe you freshen yourself, in the same way, take the time to freshen the mind. Because you don't want to carry home and into your, home atmosphere, with your loved one around. So you don't want to carry whatever has happened during the day. So the first thing that you do when you enter your home is to sit and to do this cleaning and think that anything that has impacted you emotionally, that it is joyous or that it is sad, too much emotion is also impacting. Let that emotional thing go. You're not going to, lose the memory of anything, okay? You're going to actually see sharper into whatever has happened. And if you have to make a decision, you'll make a better decision. So this practice of evening cleaning is such a, fantastic tool. I would say, especially if, you've had difficulty in meditating at the beginning, maybe your mind is a little bit too busy, please use pranayama. Before meditation, you can do Nadis if you want. Or, and use the cleaning along with Brahmari in the evening. The evening practice will prepare a better meditation. So that's why people, maybe like me, when I started this heartfulness meditation, I had an inclination to do cleaning more than meditation because I don't think I was quite ready to sit in meditation. My mind was too busy. So it's a very, very good practice. The combination of both is absolutely great. Of the three practices, we also have one at night. We'll look at that a little more precisely in the next webinar. But this combo of, Brahmari and cleaning in the evening has this science, behind balancing, trying to reestablish the balance and make sure that your parasympathetic system is, ready to cool down, is helping you to enter home, to have a good evening and to have a very good restorative night. So let's practice. Let's go into asanas with this knowledge. Okay, today I would like to understand that when you practice asanas, you're also going to practice pranayama because you breathe throughout the practice. So pay a lot of attention to your practice, to your breathing during the practice. And Suchi, if you want to join us on the mat, today we're going to start kneeling. It's also a possibility, and if you do not feel comfortable on your knees, you can start seated, but otherwise, today start on your knees. Okay, so it's a possibility for people who are not comfortable sitting cross-legged. You can sit on your knees. And if you are not comfortable sitting like this, on your knees, you can sit cross-legs. Please choose the position that you want. So gently close your eyes. And be aware of your body on the mat. Your back straight, shoulders relax, your hands gently resting on your knees. Become aware of your breath. Normal breathing. try to include the abdominal breathing as much as you can throughout the practice. Bring your hands in Namaskar Mudra in front of the heart. Inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale, bring the chin to the chest and slowly open your eyes. So we'll do a little bit of warm-up on your knees. Inhale and take both your hands over your head. Put your hands together over your head and pull towards the ceiling. Feel the stretch of the spine. And exhale, take your hands down. Inhale one more time, hands up above the head. Stretch, stretch, stretch towards the ceiling. And exhale, hands down. Now keep your left hand on the mat and lift only your right hand to the ceiling. And then slowly exhale and bend to the side. Make sure you don't bend forward, but bend to the side. Bend only as much as you can. Feel the stretch to the side. Try to open your chest and down. Inhale, come up. I think I've lost my connection for some time. I'm sorry. And exhale, comes down. And let's do the same on the other side. Inhale, take the hand right to the ceiling. And as you exhale, slowly bend towards the side. It's a lateral bend. Feel the opening of the chest. You don't need to bend as much as Suchi. Please remember, do only as much as you can. If you want to keep only your hand, I want you to feel the stretch to the side. It's important. We're also working on the breath. So it will really open your chest, open your lungs at the base. Inhale, come up, stretch to the ceiling. And exhale, come down. Very good. Now let's go for a twist. So place your left hand on your right knee and place your right hand at the back. As you look in front, you inhale. And when you exhale, look at the back and twist completely to the side. You can push with your hand on your knee to help you twist a little more. Try to keep your back straight, shoulders parallel to the floor. Look as much as you can at the back. Inhale and exhale here. Feel the twist. Inhale and exhale, come back to the center. We do the same on the other side. So hand on your knee, the other one at the back, inhale. And as you exhale, twist to the back. Try to look behind you as much as you can. So the twist is from the tailbone till the cervical spine. Take deep inhalation as you're looking at the back. Deep exhalation. Inhale, exhale. Come back to the center. So still, kneeling, we're going to do the hands in Gomukhasana. Okay, so you stay on your knees. If you do not feel comfortable, feel free to go with a cross-leg posture. It's perfectly fine. So here we're going to interlock our hands at the back. With an inhalation, take your right hand up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, you're going to bend your elbow and clasp both your hands at the back. If you cannot reach, you can use a handkerchief to try to, join both your hands as you practice. to be there. Try to keep your biceps is against your ear, and make sure you don't bend your head. Your chins should stay parallel to the floor. Inhale and exhale here. It's a very good way to open the chest, to increase our breathing. Unclasp the hands. Inhale, take your hand to the ceiling. Take the other hand down. And exhale, take both your hands down. Very good. We'll do the same on the other side. So inhale, take the other hand on towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, they will reach in between a smile on your face and breathe. Unclasp your hands. Inhale, take your hand towards the ceiling, stretch toward the ceiling, and exhale, hand down. Now slowly take your feet to the side and sit with your legs extended in front. Relax your legs a little bit. You can shake your legs. And relax. Now let's go for Bhumasana, and a position that we have done last time. So you will spread your legs to open into a wide angle. As wide as you can. Okay, remember not to hurt yourself, to go only as much as you can. Specifically, if you have a problem of lower back pain, just, feel that the bending forward gives a little stretch to the back of your legs and not more than that. Make sure that your back stays straight. Okay? So let's do the variation in the middle. Inhale, take both your hands up to the ceiling. Your feet are flexed and try to keep your legs extended as much as you can. And as you exhale, bring both your hands and elbows to the mat. And if you can go even further, try to walk your hands. So you can start with the elbows, with your hands on the mat, and then try to go even further. Remember, if you can just put the hands and feel the stretch, the back, and the back of the leg, that's more than enough. Once you have found, the place where you feel that there's a stretch, just be there and breathe. Close your eyes. We hold the posture and we relax there. So relax this tension in the body. And now we use the asana to relax the body and the mind. Do jerks in asana. Okay, no pushing. Nobody should ever push you. Inhale, take both your hands up to the ceiling. And we will do the same kind of posture. Exhale, hands down. Okay, come out of this posture. And we'll do the same posture that we did last time with both our legs together. So bring both your legs together. It's called Paschimottanasana. It's a forward bend. Try to keep your legs straight and your toes towards you. Feet are flexed. Inhale, both hands up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, try to stretch forward as much as you can with your back straight. And you hinge from the hips. Very good. If you can only come up to here, that's more than enough. Place your hands on the ground. Don't let them weigh on your back. If you can reach your feet, that's perfectly fine. If you're very flexible and you can bring your forehead or your chin on your knees, then You may also do so. Close your eyes and breathe. All the forward bending postures are very, very good to bring you inwards and to stimulate, especially the parasympathetic system. Inhale, take both your hands towards the front first, then the ceiling, stretch, 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 and exhale, both hands down. And we'll do a counter posture. We've done it last time, the table posture. So place your hands, so she will demonstrate from the side. Place your hands at the back. Remember, you can place your fingers pointing back or front as you feel good. Make sure your feet are separate, aligned with your hips so that you're very stable. Inhale and take both your hips up towards the ceiling. Keep your chin towards the chest. Don't let your head go down. You can look in front or look up, but don't let the head down. And breathe here. Feel the stretch in the hips, in the shoulders. It's a counter posture for this back bend. It helps to fortify the legs, but also the back, and to open the chest, relieve the tension in the shoulders. This is where it accumulates. And exhale slowly. Sit back on the mat. You can lie down on your back. We will do a few leg raise. So lie down on your back and breathe. Take the time to breathe and to relax. It's also a very good thing, if you want to have the effect of a relaxing asana class, to lie down in Shavasana between some of the poses. Allows to relax, stimulate the parasympathetic system, relax the body, allows to integrate the movement and the changes that these postures have given. So let's do some leg raise. We'll do it alternatively. Bring your feet together and take your hands, maybe slide them under your buttocks or just to the side of the body. If you have a history of back pain, please protect your back, sliding your hands under your buttocks. Okay, it gives a little cushion and it allows, your back to be supported. Make sure that your chin is towards the chest. Okay, you will see that we have a tendency to curve the neck as we raise the legs. If you have a back pain or history of back pain, you can bend one of your legs and you will lift the other one. If you have no back pain, then let's start with the inhalation. Take your right leg up. You can go slowly, as much as you can. If you can come to 90 degrees, good. If you cannot, just stay wherever you are. Again, what works for your body. And exhale, come down. Try to keep your legs straight as much as possible and flex your foot. Flexing your foot will help you in taking your leg up. Let's do the other side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, down. Control with the breath. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, down. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, down. One more time. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, down. Inhale, left leg up. And exhale, down. Now bend both your knees and bring your feet closer to your buttocks. Keeping your feet slightly apart, we're going to do the bridge pose. If you can hold your ankles, that's the, a little bit more advanced posture. But if you cannot, keep them just beside your body with the palms towards the mat. Okay. Now inhale, push on your feet and take your hips up towards the ceiling. Very good. Your chest is coming to your chin. This is the bridge pose. It's a mild inversion that everybody can do. It's very good to strengthen the back, as you can see, and open the hips, something that is not happening because we sit most of the time. So you can repeat this posture, great posture. You will feel very good after that. And exhale down. It's a simple posture. People can do it, beginners can do it. Do it only at your level, but you will see that it improves a lot of the issues we have at the shoulder and at the hip region. And slowly turn on your stomach. And today we will do 2 asanas on the stomach. They're called pranasanas. You can rest in Makarasana, the crocodile pose, with your forehead on your hands, like Suchi is showing. And your feet can be apart or your toes can be touching together. That's 2 different variations of the same posture. And rest there. As you rest, you can prepare yourself to do Bhujangasana, the cobra pose. Bring your feet together and place your hands below your shoulders on the mat. And as you inhale, lift your head and your shoulders and your chest off the mat. You can stay with your elbows on the ground if you feel comfortable. If you are a little more flexible, you can go a little higher, but make sure that your hips and your lower abdomen is on the mat. Okay, so you can see the elbows are bent, elbows are against the body. And exhale, slowly come down. And maybe you can lift just a little bit, and that's perfectly okay. It's an excellent posture to strengthen the back and to open the chest. And we will go with our last asana, the others being relaxing asanas. It's called Dhanurasana, the bow pose. Here you're going to bend your knees and catch your ankles. Some people might already feel, that there is a challenge here. And maybe that's all you will do for today, and it's perfectly fine. For those who are more comfortable, take a good inhalation and take your feet away from your buttocks. So you're going to lift your thighs and your chest off the mat as you inhale. Inhale and lift. Make sure you lift not only the front, but also the back part. And for that, you need to actually open the knees, take the feet away from the buttocks. That's the movement we want to see. And exhale, slowly come down. I will go immediately into a counter pose because that's a deep back bend. So you will place your hands under your shoulders and push yourself into a kneeling posture. So go and sit on your heels, stretch your hands in front and stretch your back. Very nice. Shashankasana, the rabbit pose. Counter pose for the one we just did. Very good, relaxing posture. Close your eyes, breathe here. If you're not comfortable in this posture, you can also make a fist and put both your fists under your forehead to form a cushion. Breathe, relax. And we have come to the end of this asana practice, a very complete one this time. I invite you to lie down on your mat for the final relaxation. Take the time to settle yourself. The hair, the glasses, the t-shirt, everything should feel comfortable. If it's cold wherever you are, you can cover yourself with a blanket so that during that resting period, which is a very important one, and now you know why, especially when we're trying to, work against the stress factors, then relaxation is something that one should not skip. Take that time for you. It's the best thing you can do. 5 minutes of relaxation for your body, for your mind. Starting with the feet, feel the energy of Mother Earth entering your feet and ankle, relaxing them. The energy moves up the calf muscles and the knees. Feel them relax. Going up the thighs. Feel how both your thighs are now relaxed. Now deeply relax your hips, the lower back and the lower abdomen. Feel the energy moving up your spine, relaxing the lower back, middle back, upper back and neck. And the energy moves in your abdomen, completely relaxing this region. Entering your chest, feel your chest completely relaxed. Your shoulders are relaxed. Feel them simply melting away. Let the energy go down your arms, elbows, forearms, your wrists, hands, and out the fingers. Relax your neck. All the muscles of your neck. Relax the muscles of your face, the jaw, chin, lips, your cheeks, nose, eyelids, forehead, temples, top of the head till the back of your head. And feel that from the top of your head till your toes, your body is completely relaxed. Now bring your feet together. With an inhalation, take your hands above your head and stretch. Keeping your eyes closed, stretch, stretch, stretch your body. And slowly turn to one side. You can bend your knees. Take a few breaths to the side. Keeping your eyes closed. With your hands, push on the mat and come to a seated cross-legged position. Remember, we're going to meditate for about 10 minutes. If you need a cushion or you need to go against the wall or on a chair, use a meditation chair, please do so. Trying to be, to keep that relaxed feeling with minimum movement. Gently bring the attention to the heart. With a thought that there is already a source of light in your heart, pulling you inward. And allow yourself to completely relax there, resting your attention in the heart. And stay there until you hear that's all. That's all. Keep your eyes closed and observe how you feel right now in your body, in your mind. Keep a mental note. Now gently bring your hands in Namaskar Mudra in front of the heart. Inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale, bring the chin to the chest. And slowly open your eyes. So after this 4 weeks of practice, if you've been practicing every morning this kind of session, how do you feel today? The flow that you will be practicing this week, today's flow, is a little bit more complete with all the different kind of asanas that we do. And you must be feeling that, adding relaxation to it, there's an effect on your entire body. So let's check. Let's check your nostrils. You remember you have checked which nostril was flowing the most freely. So can you check again and see if there's a difference compared to when you started? Okay, so left, right, which is most active right now, according to the time of the day, at your place. If it's the middle of the morning, maybe the right is more stimulated because that's the time in the morning where we're more active. If it's just before lunch, the left might be, more open because your body is telling, it is time to be ready to digest, to do this other function. So for that, I need to activate all the parasympathetic organs. They're linked to digest. The parasympathetic system is linked to the digestive system. If you are, in the evening, maybe your left is more open. And after, an asana and meditation practice, you can have both that are open, or maybe the left one, because, meditation brings us inwards. So do this experience, for yourself. Check, sometime at different times of the day. Check which one is more than the other. You will see changes. Try to see how you feel at the time and look at the science, the beautiful yogic science behind this pranayama and also the asana. Here we have done only asana. It will affect your prana. It will affect your breath. And with the breath, it affects the state of mind. So I hope you have learned something today that motivates you to practice more. That you will also enjoy this evening practice that has just a pranayama and a cleaning practice to understand, to feel how the emotional level, all the accumulation of different stresses that we have can be relieved with this simple practice. And if you can, try to increase the time of your meditation in the morning from a simple 5-10 minutes to slowly going into half an hour. But if you do only 10 minutes, that's already a great step. 4 weeks, you already made a habit. Continue again, this week. And then I hope at the end of this program, it will become a real habit and you will know that that's all it takes. 30 minutes in the morning, a little bit more if you want to extend and really enjoy a deeper state of meditation. That's all it takes for a strong body, a healthy body, a better breathing capacity, a strong mind, and also a balance at the emotional level. So this is all that yoga can offer. And when we say yoga, we include meditation practices. We will meet again at the end of this week 5, and we will look a little more precisely with Dr. Jairaman at the night practice and the quality of sleep that is so important for health. So he will explain to us how it works and how the practice that you've been doing is supporting a better quality of sleep and how this will help in mental health, but also physical health. Wishing you a very, very good 5 weeks on your mat every morning, and see you next Sunday. Good evening.